Hello and welcome to week 5. So this week is a bit of a continuation from last week. So this week's focus is zoonotic diseases, and you will have the opportunity this week to research a zoonotic disease and present it to your peers and to myself. The other assignments that are kind of built into this week all support your knowledge of zoonotic diseases, but they shouldn't be too taxing or strenuous on you. So really the main focus is the zoonotic disease project. So like if you take a look at the discussion, there's a quick video to watch. You're going to summarize some information. Not too time consuming for you. Okay. So one discussion due by the end of Thursday. You have one assignment and one quiz due by the end of Sunday. We'll go over the instructions for the zoonotic disease, but I do have it posted as a discussion. So same thing, the zoonotic disease project, you will post it as a discussion by Thursday so that others can take a look at it. You can comment on each other's projects by the end of the week. Okay. So reading assignments for this week, you are welcome to use information from chapter 4. You can pick a zoonotic disease that is located in that chapter, but I really want to encourage you to find additional resources outside of what I offer in the class. So this is an opportunity for you to explore, find something that you're interested in, and look beyond what is in this class. So do some web searches and find a zoonotic disease that you're interested in. So the supplemental reading here, some of this you should already be familiar with. So SUNY Delhi's rabies vaccination policy, of course you've probably gotten that information in the preceptorship prep course now, and some of the information that you got in the hub before you actually started classes, right? So a lot of this should just be review and things that you are probably already aware of, like the risks of veterinary personnel working with wildlife, with other animals and things, and the benefits to being vaccinated. Okay, there's also just some quick reads there, just 5 facts about zoonotic diseases and specifically some information about working with exotic pets. I know from reading all of your Word documents last week, as well as looking at the icebreaker and stuff, a lot of students have interest in working with wildlife as well as exotics, and there are considerations for those specifically. So information is posted there for those as well. So discussion 8, there are a couple just short videos. One is just a news release on avian influenza. I'm sure that you have heard of avian influenza in the news and how it has impacted agriculture, wildlife populations, and such. So take a look at both of those, and then you're going to participate in the discussion post. So this should really just be a summary of information about zoonotic diseases, just so you're kind of thinking about it and how to prevent zoonotic diseases. This should not take a ton of time. So just review the quick little links there and get a post in. Okay. Zoonotic Disease Project is going to be your major focus for this week. So the Zoonotic Disease Project outline is there. Within that is a rubric, so it kind of outlines exactly what I'm looking for. It also pinpoints some of the typical problems that I see or reasons that I take points off from students. Okay, I've put together just a little general template. This is very basic, plain, but it just has basically all of the parts and pieces that you're going to need, including the last slide, which should be your reference slide. Okay, there are some helpful links here. So once you get into that project, you'll see that I'm going to ask you to use APA citation for any of your resources for your research project. And you'll need to do in-text citations throughout your presentation as well. So there's a link here with lots of information. There's also tools on there that'll help you turn your resources into APA citations. Okay. Again, your zoonotic disease project is going to be shared as a discussion, and this is so you can proudly show your peers what you have worked on, what you have found. And particularly with these, one of the components of this is to share any recent outbreaks or relevance to it, right? So it should be interesting to kind of see what is actually like current outbreaks, what is happening out in the real world outside of this classroom, right? To tie into what you're learning here with the real world and what you are going to face as a veterinary technician. Okay. And so with that, what I have done, I've included a sample presentation for you that you can go through. So this is from a former student who did an excellent job on this, including APA citation. So when you open up this, you will see that I have an instructor tutorial as well, where I kind of go through some of the parts and pieces and what I am specifically looking for, so that you can get full credit. Okay. Assignment 5, you're going to do a Virox Learning Disinfection Specialist Certificate. This will take you a little bit of time, but shouldn't be too taxing either. Okay. And then there is one quiz. Those quizzes are going to focus on zoonotic diseases only, so you don't have to worry about the rest of the information that is in Chapter 4, only zoonotic diseases that are included in Chapter 4. All right, that is a little overview of this week. If you have any questions, please do reach out to me via email.